Hi, folks. In case you didn't know, we're talking about Steven Spielberg. Why the hell would you think we were doing something different? Mitchell Lee, Tommy Grant, Brandon 2, press play action, Jersey nerds, all that other stuff. Guys, let's just go ahead and dive right into this thing. Which one should we start with?
I say start with the terminal because that's the lesser of the two, on my own opinion.
Oh, just give your own opinion there, you know.
Brandon, do you have a preference?
No, I'm gonna say
All
the terminal. The terminal.
All right, so we're starting off with the terminal. This thing,
Again,
directed by Steven Spielberg, starring. This is the Tom Hanks. I mean, we've had others with Tom Hanks. I know we had Saving Private Ryan, and that might be it. That might be the only other Spielberg movie that I can that they've done, apart from the ones that we're about to discuss.
And does Saving Private Ryan really count? No, I'm just kidding. He's like the lead of that movie. I'm joking.
I thought you were saying that it like wasn't good. Tom Hanks, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Stanley Tucci, Diego Luna. You got Zoe Saldana in here a little bit. This movie came out in June of 2004, June 18th, 2004, and it had a budget of $60 million, made $210 million, so it did pretty well for itself. Made $77 million domestic, and box office trivia time. It was number 2. Its opening weekend of the box office. What movie beat it?
Born Supremacy. No.
Wrong.
Troy?
Wrong.
Oh.
I, Robot?
National Treasure.
Wrong.
Aviator?
Wrong.
Harry Potter.
Wrong.
God damn it.
Dawn of the Dead?
iRobot.
Wrong, and you already said that. Or maybe he already said that.
I said iRobot.
But it's still not iRobot.
The Manchurian Candidate?
Wrong.
I was just guessing movies at this point.
Yeah.
Come on.
Have we already done the movie on PPA?
No, we haven't done this.
Crash.
The
Wrong.
Day After Tomorrow. The Grudge.
Wrong.
The Village.
Wrong.
You might just have to give it.
Please,
You guessed movies.
please get this right so I can quit saying wrong. We can actually talk about the damn movie.
Blade Trinity. No, I'm just kidding.
Wrong.
What do we got? What is it? Because I got nothing else.
Dodgeball.
Oh, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
It was a great movie.
It's a great movie.
I've actually never seen it, so
it's a great movie, but
Of course you have.
yeah.
Okay, real quick, Tommy, dodgeball or basketball?
Dodgeball.
Okay, I was just curious. I consider them two very similar movies. Is all I was getting at. But okay.
This movie is based, or at least partially inspired by, the true story of Mehran Karimi Nassiri, who lived in Terminal 1 of an airport in Paris, France, for 18 years.
What?
So,
That's insane.
They wanted this guy out of the building after 3 weeks, and that guy lived there for 18 years.
How long did this last? This lasted what? A month, maybe 2? Something like that?
I think it was more than that. I think it was more like 6-8 months.
Okay.
Because
But it wasn't longer than a year.
They broke it to Catherine Zeta-Jones' character of he's been here forever. It was a whole big thing, but I can't remember what the time frame was that he was there.
But this is a movie about Tom Hanks's character, Victor Navorsky, and he is coming to the United States in New York City in the JFK International Airport from Krakosia, and while he's in the air, a war breaks out. And so the United States, and there's a coup. And so the United States does not recognize Krakosia's new government. And as a result, Victor's passport is invalid. And so he's kind of just in pending mode he can't go back to his country
Unacceptable.
because
Hold on.
exactly he's listed as unacceptable, so he can't enter the country. He can't go back to Krakosia, so he's just kind of stuck in the airport. And Stanley Tucci's character is basically just trying to find ways to get Tom Hanks out of his hair.
Okay, so I have to cut in real quick and go back to our the true story inspiration for this.
Yeah.
So they definitely made some changes. The guy's name last name Nasseri, but he was Iranian national who lost his passport and other travel documents while en route to Europe. So he arrived with no documentation, which obviously is much different than the movie. So he was trapped in a state of legal limbo, unable to enter France or leave the airport. Now, while he was there for 18 years, he was hospitalized in 2006. Then, after he was released from the hospital, he went back to live at the airport in 2022, where he died in the airport a year later. This man fucking lived and died in the airport for like 20 fucking years. That is insane.
Live by the airport, die by the airport, you know? But in this movie, Tom Hanks is basically Forrest Gump, but in an airport and foreign, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, with the weird accent. Yeah.
It's funny.
Well, I'm just saying in the way that he basically goes around and solves everyone else's problems, and they all learn life lessons by hanging with Tom Hanks. And Tommy and I were kind of talking about this before we got on, Brandon, but we're not the biggest fans of this movie. I don't think either one of us hates this thing.
No.
But it is a little schmaltzy for sure. And that can work if your movie's an hour and a half, hour 40. This is 206, rather 208. And I think at a point you kind of feel it.
Does he have to keep going back to the guard and being like, do you like love? And it's like, okay, I mean, how many scenes do we need of this? You know,
I mean, it was, from my perspective watching it, I was trying to put myself in his shoes and be like, well, if I was legally stuck in a foreign country, couldn't speak the language, like what would I do to entertain myself for however long I was there? And obviously this is months. So like all those things that he was doing, yeah, it would make sense. Like I thought the concept of him figuring out the cart situation to get money for food, that was genius, where he's just like taking the carts from everybody to get money. So like I thought it was a cute and like kind of heartwarming story, but it just dragged on for so damn long.
Oh, it dragged on so long.
It was a unique first act. The second act just dragged on, and then the third act, I was like, okay, maybe they're gonna do something cool. They give like a little heartwarming moment, and then they just kind of end it on a dead note. So like it started off good, and it just kind of dropped off from there.
I just never really felt like people knew where to go with this. Like the whole the Catherine Zeta-Jones character was one that I really did not like. Because for one, this character is a doofus. Just stupid idiot character.
Yeah.
But also, this character also seems, and I was talking to Tommy about this, and I hate that I have to say this because it sounds kind of cringy because it gets said a lot. This is very clearly a character that was written by a man for a man with no, like, her only purpose is to be someone for Tom Hanks to, like, try to date. Yeah. She only talks about men. She has no life outside of the dude she's sleeping with.
Well, she is a stewardess, like an air flight attendant, right? I mean,
saying all stewardesses,
something like that.
No, I'm just. No, that's not what I was saying. I'm just saying, like she has
Brandon
an identity.
Said it here. All stewardesses are whores.
No, no, that is not what I meant. I'm saying she has an identity outside of just sleeping with men, but yet, like, feel like that's all she thinks her identity is. It's like, yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Stanley Tucci's character goes from being a reasonable person to being a cartoon villain to, at the end of the movie, just going, who cares? And it none of it felt like it was a consistent character to me.
And the ending scene was what pissed me off the most, because it's like you have him put his whole police force at the main door, he goes into this rage fit of like, don't let him leave, and then he finally, Tom Hanks finally gets out, and then it's just like, all right.
Yeah, just let him go. We have other stuff to do.
What was the anger fit for? Why were you so against him leaving the airport when you wanted him gone the entire fucking movie?
It was like a power move at that point. He was like,
It was, but I'm just like, it was so silly and just it
can
didn't.
I say, there's things that were schmaltzy. I do like the medicine scene.
Yes,
I like that he had been reading
Yeah.
the manuals. He knew it was up, and he was like, "It's a goat." And it took
See,
a minute
that's
for the
about-
guy.
That's about where the movie peaked for me. Like, again, I liked.
Yeah, that
he
is the
just
peak. That is the
He
peak.
keeps coming back to Zoe Saldana's character, and he kind of does the same stuff. And she's eventually reaches the point where she's just like, all right, I know this is part of my day. I have this dude that comes, and I just got to keep red stamping the whole time. But at least he's pleasant to talk to, and yeah, I kind of dug it for the first half, but at a point I was just like,
I
this
did
movie's
not like
really
the
repetitive.
I've already brought this up. I did not like the 4 straight scenes where it's like, "Do you like love? What type of relationships have you been in?" And it's like, just to have the other guy walk up. Like, I know that
And
January
then
is like,
they just meet and immediately get married.
and she just
What
does
the hell is that?
what she does, like the Vulcan sign, and he's like, "Oh, we're in love. Like, we're good." I don't know. I'm just like, what
Do
is
you
going
want
on?
to take this girl out to fucking Cinnabon first or something? Like,
it
just
was
married on the spot.
Take
Let's
her to
go.
Cinnabon, please. Just do something.
the relationships in this movie were just so poorly written and thrown together that it made me not care about the characters at all.
The scene where Hanks and the flight attendant kiss, I'm like, where did that come from?
Yeah, no.
I'm like, what chemistry do they have? They've known each other for 2 seconds. Like, what?
the only thing they bonded over was fucking Napoleon.
Yeah, well, that's not like that. Like that. That scene wasn't
I didn't
awful,
mind
but it's
that.
just like, yeah, I didn't mind it, but it's just like, can we get like 15 more minutes of them together? Like, can we show like a montage of them like doing stuff?
But that's what I'm
Kind
saying.
of just.
The only moment of connection they have is when they talk about Napoleon, and it wasn't even a romantic conversation. It was just like, oh, hey, I'm actually an intelligent person. Like, I feel like that was the only purpose of that scene.
It was like, I read history books. Yeah, it was like,
give her some sort of depth to her character, so you don't think she's just some stewardess who just has
she just flies around the country and has sex all day. Yeah, we know.
actually an intelligent person.
That's all she basically talks about, except like, oh, by the way, I read history books because I don't know, that's on the nightstands of the dudes I'm fucking.
Well,
like,
the best part is like, best bang for your buck. You get 1,200 pages for $9.99. I'm like, yeah, she's not wrong. History books are very dense pages. So makes sense. But yeah,
I'll be
some
honest.
depth to the character, just some depth.
I don't have much to say about this particular movie.
Yeah,
Because
I
it's
don't
just
either.
kind of, this is a movie I would recommend to like my mom, my parents, or my mom would like it. I don't know if my dad would like it. And this movie came out at a strange time, and I was too young to know kind of how people felt about it at the time. But a movie about this topic in a New York airport coming out 3 years after 9/11, I don't know how people really felt about it. Like, oh, maybe this is too schmaltzy. Like, we need something a little bit more serious at the
We're
time, or whether
upping-
people thought that it was like, we do need something a little bit more
We're
lighthearted.
upping the
I don't
security
know.
at an airport because of this. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that's part of the reason why they changed the character to being Eastern European and not Iranian.
Yeah, because if they had made this an Iranian character, some people would have been pissed.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's just the climate that we were
You
living
gonna
in.
let him into our country?
But
Yeah.
okay, I say it peaks at the goat scene, but I would say the beginning when he's like, how many Chinese tourists do you see wearing a bunch of Disney shirts and they don't have a camera? I'm like, oh, that's a great point. I'm like,
The scene with the
great one.
see when he's doing that, I like the scene with the walnuts at the end where he's like,
Yeah,
where's his wedding ring? And if he's not married, who's still talking to their ex-mother-in-law?
Right. Yeah. No, I like that stuff, but there wasn't enough of that in this movie. I guess is my point.
Correct.
I think we
don't
can just
have
grade
too
it.
much more to add.
Yeah, I don't want to be like I don't want to be.
There's a very. Was there even a plot to this movie other than
There's a plot, but it's
well,
very
the whole
thin.
thing with his dad,
it's
but
thin. It's thin.
that even feels really tacked
honestly,
on.
Honestly, the
it doesn't hit
jazz
emotionally
with his dad,
the way that it should.
That could have gone somewhere and been more if they had spent like 20 minutes talking about that rather than like what's in the can, jazz, and then they just make fun of him, and it's like, okay, but actually explain like what he's talking about. Like, don't just like make fun of it. Like, I don't know.
So yeah,
I
gave
this.
I do like the ending. I do like him in the taxi cab. I'm going home. I'm like, okay, good ending. I'm like, wrap this shit up, please.
C plus 78.78.
Okay. Yeah, you're definitely lower than me. Go ahead, Tommy. I think I'm going to be the highest on this. But,
yeah, I was a C plus 10.
Ooh, I'm not at a C plus. I'm going to feel bad about this.
A plus.
I'm at a B 34.5. I liked it.
That's fair.
And I think I actually logged this in Letterboxd, guys. I'm gonna do a Steven Spielberg ranked list. I'm gonna start putting these into Letterboxd. I said on my review, I like Tom Hanks' performance, and that's about it. And I think that sums up this movie quite well.
It's very weird with Tom Hanks. Like a lot of movies where he tries to do accents, the only one I feel like ever stuck was Forrest Gump, just because it was a goofy accent.
Sure, it was like Louisiana.
Yeah,
like you didn't like his accent in Elvis?
No,
that might be his worst accent.
But like,
I actually respect this one
100%.
And I don't know if it's just because I'm such a big
Krakosia
person that it's just like Tom Hanks has that unique voice, and especially his laugh. Whenever you just hear that unique Tom Hanks like voice come out when he laughs and like yells. So like every time he does that, it's like his accent goes away, and I just hear Woody.
Tom Hanks.
Like, oh.
Yeah, no, exactly. I was gonna say I don't know if Twitter is targeting me, but I saw a video where Tom Hanks and Tim Allen were reading like Toy Story, going back and forth, and I'm like, oh, it's just this is peak right here, like them just going back and forth right now. Yeah.
I know he has an accent for like a little bit of Captain Phillips. It doesn't really stick the whole way through, but the acting in Captain Phillips is just
honestly
so
the best
line.
The best line in Captain Phillips is "Look at me, I'm the captain now." Is the best line. Is the best line. It might be the best line in all of like cinema. It is such a good line.
However highly you have that movie ranked, should be ranked higher. But a movie where you do get a little bit of a Tom Hanks accent as well is Catch Me If You Can, which is the second movie we're talking about here. And I'm willing to bet the one we got a little bit more to say about. Again, Spielberg directed this movie.
Together. I see why you grouped them together now. You know,
yep, I did the Tom Cruise. I did the Tom Hanks.
Not only are they both Tom Hanks duos, they're both Tom Hanks accent movies. And they're both based on true stories.
And they both take place, a lot of the movie at least, at airports.
Abnally, not Abnally. That's my favorite scene. This
is based on Catch Me If You Can, the book by Frank Abagnale Jr. So he wrote about his experience as a con man that would turn into a guy that would work for the government. This one stars Leo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks, Christopher Walken, Martin Sheen, Amy Adams, who I did not remember her having as big of a role in this movie as she had. I thought she had a cameo like Elizabeth Banks and Jennifer Garner did, but she had a much bigger role. This movie had a budget of $52 million, made $352 million, so did very, very well, was released on Christmas Day of 2002 and was the 11th highest grossing movie of 2002. It was the number 2 grossing movie the weekend that it came out. What movie was above it? Should not be difficult.
I'm pretty sure it's Lord of the Rings.
Which one?
Fellowship.
Two Towers.
Obviously, it was
But-
Eight Crazy Nights. I mean, what are we talking? No, I'm just kidding.
But we already got this. He already answered the question.
No, I know.
I don't even think Eight Crazy Nights.
It's the Friday after
No.
next, right? Is what it is. Like
That was in 33rd
yeah,
that
yeah.
weekend. So
I'm
no,
just
that was not it.
myself for mixing up the Lord of the Rings movies and the years.
It's all good.
So Catch Me If You Can. This movie is on the IMDb top 250 at number 172, and this thing has been climbing through the years. I remember, like 10, 11 years ago, this thing wasn't on the IMDb top 250. This one has been rapidly rising through the ranks. The only Oscar
slow
nominations
riser?
it got.
You would say
Only
slow
Oscar
riser?
nominations it got were John Williams for Best Original Score and Christopher Walken for Best Supporting Actor, to which I say, where the fuck is Leonardo DiCaprio's nomination? Because this is capital A acting. I love this movie. I think this is one of Steven Spielberg's best movies, and I think that there was a period where, you know, Titanic happened for DiCaprio, right? That was
Right.
97, and you know, it was a
Gangs
big
of
movie,
New
it was a
York.
successful movie, but well, we're not quite there yet. At that point in time, he was kind of looked at more favorably, but kind of like a Robert Pattinson in Twilight, where it's like, all right, pretty boy, the girls really, he was in Romeo and Juliet, girls really like him, but like, you know, I don't want to say the straight dudes, but you know, men weren't really as into him.
Wild
did this.
Romeo and Juliet movie, by the way. Absolutely insane.
I still need to watch
movie.
that.
Yeah,
But this movie came out, and the same exact day, I think it was, the same day as Catch Me If You Can, or rather, a few days prior, Gangs of New York came out.
Okay, so
these
he was
came
on
out
Heater
around the same time, and so it's like you do a Scorsese and a Spielberg, and suddenly it's not just, you know, your teenage sister that likes DiCaprio. Your dad's like, all right, I'm kind of digging his movies as well.
Your
he went
Oscar
on that run.
voters are like, oh,
Exactly,
crap.
yeah. He made a few movies with Scorsese in the 2000s, The Aviator, The Departed. He did Blood Diamond, and suddenly everyone loved DiCaprio. And this just reminded me a lot of like Timothée Chalamet today, where you watch an actor and you just go, he just has something that isn't teachable. There's just something in the way that DiCaprio acts in this movie where you're just like, fuck, this guy's a superstar.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. It's like the kid in the number 2 Derek Jeter cap. In the GIF, he just gives like a little tip
of the cap.
He's like respect. Like that's how I feel about this. I'm like DiCaprio, like respect. Like that's
and coming from Tom Hanks, who the 90s were the Tom Hanks decade. And the 2000s weren't bad for him either, but
When
the
they're
90s
on
were the Tom
screen-
Hanks decade.
When
They're
they're on
electric.
screen, it's electric. Yeah, it's electric. Yep. Yeah.
I
mean-
think it's something where Leo just has that charisma on screen where he just gives off
I
charm.
think he just steals the camera's like gaze and just like captures it. Like I don't really know what it is, but yeah.
I think one of my favorite scenes in this movie was when he's just going through job to job and just doing the fake it till you make it. But
That's my favorite.
He's watching on TV to see what the lingo is.
He's like, here's an image, and then it's enlarged. It's like, that's really good.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah.
the way when he's walking across the bank tellers and just picks, I think it was Elizabeth Banks' character, but he just kind of like hones in and he's like, all right, you're my victim right now. But just like his facial expressions, what he's doing, it's like you can tell he's nervous, but then he's like, I gotta spew confidence because I have to fake it till I make it. And
the doctor scene is like, it's like, just say you concur. Just say you concur.
I love the guy that's just like, I blew it. I should have concurred.
But it's just it was perfect. Like he did such a great job with that role.
I mentioned this right when Mitchell like started. My favorite scene is when he fakes being like the French teacher. He's like it's Abagnale, not Abagnale. Abagnale is Abagnale.
That was another favorite scene of mine when he fakes being the.
And then the principal's like, I hate to inform you guys, he's been teaching this teacher's French class for 3 weeks.
I actually laughed out loud at that scene. So
He had a parent teacher conference yesterday.
I'm like,
my favorite scene in the whole movie was the first scene where DiCaprio and Tom Hanks meet in the hotel, and
Yeah,
you
that's a good
think, oh, he's got him, and then DiCaprio's just like, my guys are here. What are you doing here? I'm gonna
You
go
can
and
never be
take
too
all this
careful.
stuff down for. I'm gonna take this stuff down as evidence. That's the scene where I'm just like, okay, these two are gonna work so well together on screen, and we talked about the terminal. 2 hours, it drags. This is a 2 hour 21-minute movie, and this is one of the fastest 2 hour
you don't feel
20-minute
it.
movies I have ever seen. This thing just zips by. I
Well,
cannot. I don't know
I
how
think
it's
because it
paced this
bounces all
well.
over the place. I think it's because it bounces, right?
Maybe.
don't
By the
stay in
way,
one
should
job,
probably mention
You
what
don't
the
stay
movie's
in one
about.
plot. Yeah,
For those
go
of
ahead.
you who don't know what this is about, somehow this is about Frank Abagnale Jr., played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and he gets a taste for being a con man. Basically, he's 16 years old when he gets. No, he moves
He gets
out,
annoyed
or
by his parents.
he gets pissed off at his mom because his mom's sleeping around with his dad's friend, and they get a divorce. And Frank's like, "I'm not living with either of you, so I'm gonna go and just figure this out on my own." And he starts making counterfeit checks as a pilot for Pan Am, and he makes millions of dollars doing this, and they're so good that he's able to just keep doing it. And he's got this FBI agent played by Tom Hanks that's on his trail and is trying to catch up with his methods and also, put him in jail. And the journey that he goes on, going from place to place, job to job, and it'll always kind of catch up with you until eventually he ends up working for the government to help other people that
Yeah.
do this. It's a fascinating true story, and they knock it out of the park. I felt the chemistry he had with Amy Adams in this, which, I mean, it is shocking to watch how young Amy Adams is in this movie.
Braces
Like,
Amy Adams.
yeah,
That's
like-
crazy.
23 years is a long time. My God.
I don't know if it was the braces or the hairdo, but
She looks like she's 14. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how old she actually was, but she looked like she was 14. Like it, yeah. It must have been.
Luckily
the hair,
for you,
Tommy.
Brandon,
Like you were.
I have the internet.
Oh, okay. What
And
does the internet
She
say?
was 17 when they filmed this.
Yeah, but I mean, it must have been like the pigtails and the braces. It just
Sorry.
makes her look like
Whoa,
she's
whoa, whoa, whoa,
younger.
whoa, whoa. I did my math horribly wrong.
Oh,
She was not 17 when they filmed this.
27.
She was 27
That's crazy.
when they filmed. See,
She doesn't look
17
27.
My
She doesn't look
my
27.
brain's like 17. That makes sense. 27.
it makes
that does
sense.
not. Yeah.
It's also really funny that he's like, I'm actually 17 years old and not 28. She's like, what?
oh, that was another great scene too, where he just like unpacks everything on her, and just the one thing she said, "You're not a Lutheran."
You're not a Lutheran?
She's like,
That's what
he's-
we're focused on.
he's like,
He's bringing down these suitcases of
He's
money.
he's like, fuck Lutherans. Look at the godly amount of money I have. Like, I just have millions here. Like, oh man.
But
But,
which was a cool scene too, where when he gets away and you have like the dollar bills kind of just flying around. Tom Hanks comes in with the window.
okay,
That was kind of a cool like cinematography.
yeah. This man was running away for too long, honestly. Like, what Tom Hanks' character was dropping the ball, fumbling the bag, whatever you want to call it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
use the analogy. Can I say this? I like
You can say
Christopher
whatever you
Walken.
want.
I think Christopher Walken is good in this movie as Frank Abagnale. I think he's good as the father. Martin Sheen is better. What are we doing here? I know Martin Sheen is like 15 minutes in this movie, but Martin Sheen crushes his character. Like he annihilates the screen when he's on. Like, what are we doing? Why is Walken getting the Oscar nomination over all these other people? I don't understand it. He's like the fifth best performance in the movie, and he got the Oscar nom.
Yeah, I don't.
First of all, it's a great performance, but he's like the fifth best one.
I just don't think he had as much impact on the movie as Walken did. Because like,
No, that's fair because Walken is in it. That's true.
well, not even that, but it's just Walken's character. Like he does all these little, mannerisms and has all these lines, and he's the reason you have callbacks to his character throughout the movie when Leo does all the tricks he does throughout his scans, and you're like, oh, he learned that all from his dad because we saw it in the first like 5 minutes of the movie. Whereas Martin Sheen's character was just kind of there to be, hey, this is what a good dad actually looks like. You can be part of a family, and that's when he kind of starts to realize like, hey, I don't think I want to do this anymore. And then it's just like, well, now it's too late. You're fucked.
Yeah, this is just the baseball fan in me. One of my favorite lines is, "You want to know why the Yankees win? Because they have Mickey Mantle." He's like, "No, it's the pinstripes."
That is such a good line.
Such a good line. Such a good line.
Like Walken doesn't get the most screen time in this thing, but man, does he make the most of it?
No, he nails it. And then when Leo calls it back and is like talking to Hank's character, and he's like to Hanratty, he's like, you know why the Yankees win? He's like, no, the Yankees win because they have Mantle. And he's like, are you sure about that? And I was like, oh, that's a good. I was like, that's a good like back and forth right there. No, I love this movie, guys. I'm with Mitchell. I mean, can I just go ahead and like let it go? Can I just let it fly? This is an HOF candidate for me.
Okay.
Oh. But does it get there? How close?
The performances are awesome. Like I'm kind of shitting on Walken being like the fifth best performance, but he's still so good in this movie. He is so good in this movie.
Yeah, he's great.
It's Walken. I mean, what's not to love?
I will say, now that I've seen all of West Wing, every time I see Martin Sheen, I just think he's like the president. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, damn it. I'm like, I can't unsee it. It's like, what are you, a Catholic, a Lutheran? Like, I just need you to be honest with me. And is that like Frank Abagnale's Jr.'s like superpower? Is he's like lying to people the whole time? He's just like crying. He's like, I just love your daughter. And it's like, is he making this up? Is this like real or fake? Like, I started feeling that about him. Like, is this real or fake?
A cool line from Tom Hanks at the very, very end when they finally have that like little conversation in the airport like hallway when Leo like has the opportunity to
he's like, your daughter's not 4. He's like, yeah, she's 15.
Sometimes it's easier to live the lie, which was a really powerful line for this movie.
Yeah, fair. Okay. Oh, last thing, Pan Am, the stewardess thing. That was just funny. Like, what are we doing?
That's the thing. Like that was the physical embodiment of the pinstripe line, because he got away because he had a visual blinder to him that basically made him.
This guy can just call up universities and be like, I hire for Pan Am. Like, he just makes things up. Like, I just don't. He's an A+ level. He's an S tier con artist. Like,
this was what, back in the 60s?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess you could say anything on the phone, right? You can say anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's again, we live in the age of technology where it's like it's so easy to cross reference anything. Whereas back then, it's just
he writes back to his dad, "I'm gonna be a pilot now." you gotta like learn how to fly a plane first. I guess he does it, but
you're pretty crazy at the will of believing who's on the phone. And when you have someone like Leo's character where they just have that confidence when they speak, that's just like you believe them, right? Because how confidently they go about speaking.
I'm making fun of all these other characters, but I'd probably fall for his character too. I'd probably be like, yeah, you're right, dude. Like, you are a doctor. Like, tell me more, please. I don't know.
So how close did this get to the Hall of Fame? Put a number on it.
It got there, Mitchell. It got there.
It got in the Hall of Fame?
A+ 75.3.
Wow.
It inched
Okay.
over the line. For me,
I can't even hate on that.
I kind of hated that I rented this movie. I might buy it this Christmas
Honestly,
just
I
so
have
I
it
can
on
see it
DVD.
again. Just so I can see it again. I might buy it. I mean,
You should.
I love this movie. I love it. The plot, the themes, the performances, the casting, the directing, it's all there.
The vibe of the movie, it just feels like it never feels like people playing pretend.
The pace. The pace is awesome.
One of the better paced movies I've ever seen.
The opening of the movie is really cool too. Now that when you get the backstory and the picture of the whole movie, the opening is really good as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think this might be one of our first Spielberg films where we aren't going to say, "Hey, make it shorter." This is
Yeah.
I want this
This is
220.
the first 2 hour plus Spielberg movie that we haven't been like, "Yeah, this should have been shorter."
Make this 240. I want more.
No, this was perfect as it was.
Fair enough. It was perfect.
So, do we want to go ahead and grade this? Do we
Yeah,
have
Yeah, Tommy,
I already
I'm
gave
waiting
it. Yeah, I
on
already
you,
gave
Tommy.
it. A plus 75.3.
goodness? I gave it an A plus 20.
Oh, you didn't get there.
It was up there. It was
Okay.
a good movie.
So, Tommy, you get to be the lowest one on this movie.
Oh,
The fact that it's not going
I-
to be in your Hall of Fame makes you a fraud, Mitchell.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm still cashing these checks. A plus 23.31.
Fraud.
And fun fact, because I keep lists of these things, this is now my number one movie as it currently stands of 2002. Higher than The Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers.
shut the fuck up.
Mm.
I refuse.
I'm with Tommy. That's a shut the fuck up moment.
Two
What are we
Towers.
talking about?
They're both in your Hall of Fame. You shut the fuck up. The Two Towers was A plus 7.80 for me, so I did like this more. But those are both very good movies. And when the time to go back to 2002 comes, I will rewatch both of these and ultimately determine which one I like more.
think you set the Spielberg Hall of Fame line at 3.5. I think we're at 3.
I think I'm only at 1. I think
I'm
I
at
only have
3.
Schindler's List in there.
I'm at 3.
Okay, which means you just need to get one more, but that might be tough because we don't have a whole lot more left. Ladies
Adventures
and
of
gentlemen,
Tintin might be the only one.
Spielberg, I mean, we've been doing this for quite some time now, but we only have, next up is going to be Munich and Lincoln. So we're going to go,
Okay.
again, historical Spielberg.
That could
Oscar
get
bait
there.
Spielberg.
Lincoln could get there.
Then after that, it's going to be Adventures of Tintin and Warhorse. We're going to do the 2011 double feature.
Warhorse is also good.
Then we'll go into our horror movies, which, by the way, horror movie draft coming next week.
Okay.
And then it's Bridge of Spies and The Post. Again, historical, Oscar bait, Spielberg. And then after that, it concludes with the 2020 decade movies in West Side Story and The Fabelmans. And West Side Story might be a sneaky one to get in there for me, because that's a movie I'm a very big fan of. So
I think Warhorse, Lincoln have a chance. Tintin I have never seen, but I've heard really good things.
I haven't seen that one either.
Also has
I haven't
a
seen
chance.
Munich.
I might see a lot of like A pluses in like the Spielberg
That would be cool.
realm, which would
Be cool.
I don't need
I'm
HOFs.
excited.
You know, A pluses are cool.
I'm excited to go back to Lincoln. It's been a minute since I've seen that movie, and I know that Daniel Day-Lewis is just
It's like his performance,
incredible in this movie. But also, I've never seen Tintin. I've never seen Warhorse, and the fact that Spielberg released 2 movies on the same day in 2011, I gotta know. I'm very curious about that. So we have some heat left from Steven Spielberg. It's just going to be much newer heat, and I'm very excited to talk about that stuff with you guys.
I would have loved that double feature. That would have been the greatest double feature of my
That would
life.
have been a good one. Could you imagine if one of the GOATs today, but like if Nolan put out 2 movies on the same day?
Christopher Nolan was like the Odyssey and whatever movie he's working on next. Comes out the same day.
Yeah, Odyssey and Tenet on the same day. I'd cream my jeans. No, there's no chance that he would do that, although that would be amazing. So anyway, we'll talk to you next week. Behave yourself. I don't know how to end this thing. Just watch a Spielberg movie.
Stay out of terminals.
Unless you're at the airport. probably have to go there, bro.